What's happening, everybody? Steve Looney here from GraphicDesignerTips.com. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a way to get clients in the real world, in your actual area that you reside in. And I get questions on this all the time. How can I get clients? How can I grow my, client base, whether it's online or in my community? And because I always speak from experience, I can really tell you the most about growing with your own community, as opposed to growing on like freelancer sites and online, because I haven't done much of that. I have gotten much work from my social media pages and such, but speaking about the real world, in today's video I'm going to be going over networking organizations or networking groups. Networking groups are awesome. The whole reason I have a business today at the size it is because I joined a networking group. And I was in a networking group for about 5 years, the same group. So I built very strong relationships with all the business professionals in this group. Now, when we think of networking, we think of, sometimes you go to these late night parties at a bar where they have a couple of snacks and everybody's just handing out their card and nobody's really getting to know each other because the whole sole reason you're there is, to like be like a shark, to hand out your card and oh, give me business, give me business. All right, and that's a one-night deal. You'll never see half of those people again. And I have actually gotten work from that in the past because I used to hand out things with my artwork on it. And, visually, a lot of times you have some great stuff going on your artwork. You don't have to say much. People are going to be like, wow, so they'll be able to hire you from that. But you don't create long-lasting relationships with people that way. In a networking group, people join this group and they pay a fee to be in this group. And you meet once a week. So over time, you get to know the people in these groups. Now, what's really great about most networking groups is that there's no overlapping in professions. So, for instance, you'd be the graphic, web designer, photography, whoever in the group. And there would be somebody who does, real estate, somebody who does life insurance, somebody who's a plumber. So you got blue collar, white collar. I was in a group that was almost up to 30 members. We were at it for about 5 years. So, you lose members and gain members. Some groups have up to 40 and 50 members. And what's really great about it is, as a graphic designer, is everybody needs your services, whether they think so or not. Nowadays, with the age of technology and web design, people are going to need you for everything, even as simple as your business card. So, like I said, this is something locally that you definitely want to search for, because the networking organizations is how you gain relationships. It's all about relationships because people are going to do business with you if they like you. And you're not forced to do business with anybody in these groups if you don't like them, because there are people who have come in the group who I don't like and I will never give them my business. And they may give me business, but you know what? I'm not going to give them business because maybe they're very unprofessional, or I've just heard from other people that they did a poor job for them. But the whole thing is in this group is, once you do a good job for one of the people in the group, they refer you out to somebody else, their friend, their colleague, their family member, and the referrals just start trickling in from there. It does take time, it does take work, the reason I'm speaking about it so adamantly is because graphic design, everybody needs it. You can literally stand up in this group and everybody can stand up and everybody has a business card to hand out. You can redesign everybody's business card. So that's just, one thing to kind of, jog what it is. Now, you will pay a fee to be in the group and you will meet up, once a week. And it's not one of these one and done deals. You're not going to hand out your card and hope people call you, because they ain't going to call you. All right. Unless you make a huge lasting impression on somebody, nobody's going to call you. So it takes time, and the whole mentality of it is givers gain. So I give to you, and I gain back in the end. So I might give 20 referrals out, all right? And then, it might be a little bit before I start getting work, but then all of a sudden the referrals will start trickling in. And what happens is, you usually start getting referrals from the people in the group. They want to try you out a little bit. If they're good, they're going to give testimonials in front of the entire group on how great you were. And then somebody else might say, oh, you know what? My mother-in-law, my best friend needs your service too. So now that's just how it's gonna work. And when you're in a group like this for years, I'm out of the group now, and there's a bunch of reasons. One reason is because I wanted to focus on my blog in 2015. I actually quit the group at the end of 2014. It's all because of you guys. And no, just to also focus on my life, freelance, my family, and stuff like that. And but I'm out of the group now, and I'm continuing to get referrals from people in the group and people I never met who are still are friends of the people in that group. So you create these lasting relationships with people, and you're going to get the work. Now, to prepare you to be in this group, all right, I know this sounds all great and awesome, all right, you got to have some things set, because there are people who have come in these groups, and I'm always very friendly. I'm always the first person to greet people at the door. I like to make people feel welcome, but you could tell when somebody's a shoddy business owner and whatever they're doing, and they're just there's just something not right about them, or you don't trust them. You don't trust to refer them to somebody you really care about in your family. My wife, my parents, my brothers, sisters, whoever. Don't have any brothers, but brothers from other mothers. Anyway, but you can weed people like that out, and because if they're not having certain things ready, you're not going to refer them. So this is what you need to have ready. Ready? Okay, so you need to have a business name. Okay, you need to have your legalized, your legal name. However, if you want to be incorporated, you want to just be a DBA, you have to have this all set up. You need to have a logo. Okay, graphic designers, I've said this before. If you're gonna say you're gonna design somebody's logo, you better have your own logo. And you better have logos in your portfolio to show somebody. You need to have a portfolio ready. You need to have stuff to hand out. You need to have sharp, kick-ass business cards to hand out to everybody. All right? And you also need to have a website. You need, even if you're not selling websites, you are a graphic designer, and you need to know about websites. You need to have a website, even if it's just a site builder. I know I just said that. You got to have something. You got to have a Behance profile or pro site to show people your work, because like I said, you get in these groups, and especially if you're young. I'm young. I'm 30. Okay? Yes. All right. I said it. I'm young. Thought I was old for a little bit, but that just came out. So I guess I am young. But I've been in this group, like I said. Actually, I joined a group when I was 22, but it was too early for me, and it was like an hour away from my home, so it was kind of hard to refer people to, family members to use certain people in the group. But basically, I joined the group when I was very young, so I had a lot to prove to older people in there. I look young, I speak young. I may be a little immature education-wise on how to network and deal with the real world. So it's a growing process, but you want to have all this stuff set, so you're at least you have a leg up on everything. Another thing I want to bring up: you want to just have a good personality. You want to be able to be a likable person, because people are going to do business with people that they like, and you want to dress sharp. Okay. Most of the times, actually more than all the times now, when I meet up with clients and I know them, or even if I don't know them, I'm an artist. Artists are, eccentric and a little bit, different. So I show up in jeans and nice boots and a button up, or maybe a tie with my top button open. I like to be lax now, but when you're trying to make first impressions in these networking groups, you gotta dress sharp. You gotta dress. You don't have to dress in a suit, but I totally recommend a button up and a tie. Maybe loosen it up so you're ready for business, but you're still a little bit relaxed. You want to have a briefcase. You want to have an iPad or a laptop on you, or you want to have your portfolio definitely on a smartphone, but you want to obviously show people that you're up with the times, technology, yeah, it's all about the perception on because people are ready to give you their money, lots of it, to do their design work. So you want to be prepared in that aspect. All right, so I think I've said all I have needed to about these networking groups. You definitely want to do a local search on them. It would be one of the best things you could ever do, because you are paying to be in the group, but you're creating relationships with actual human beings. Okay, it's hard when you're on social media and you're on these freelancer sites, because you're not going to get that personal one-on-one to show somebody who you really are. I only hire people for anything that needs done at my house or anything ever. If I like them, if they were a good person and I just get that good feeling from them, I become best friends with all my clients. All right. And even the people that I hire to do things, I become best friends with them. And it's because I hired them, because I felt the connection with them. And, that's what you want to be able to feel with other people, and then have other people feel with you. And people are obviously going to refer you out. If it's local, you're going to get your name out there locally. There's so many benefits to it. So if you have any questions or you have any experiences in these networking groups, leave them in the comments below. The networking group that I was a part of was called BNI, which is Business Networking International. There is also a group called LATIP. You could do a Chamber of Commerce. There's also other little networking groups that people set up, and they're not overlooked by, you know, a bigger like franchise, however, you know. But networking groups is the way to go. Interacting with real humans, creating relationships that are long lasting. Like I said, I'm not in the group anymore, and I continue to get work. I get work from people who are new members in that group, and I'm getting work from their family members. I never even met them, but they're calling me, and now I'm getting work for their family members based on testimonials that other people gave about work I did for them. So that's it, everybody. If you like what you saw here, hit the subscribe button. Throughout time, I'm obviously going to be putting more networking tips out there. So again, leave in the comments below and let me know your experiences and your thoughts. And if you see this video in the future and you have joined a networking group since then, we'd love to hear how it's going. All right, everybody. My name is Steve Looney from GraphicDesignerTips.com. Have a great night. Peace.